Hello guys, and how are we all? So welcome to Bike Test Reviews. My name is Robbie. So adventure is called, and you have decided that you want to take on a bikepacking trip, but you don't know where to start when it comes to setting up your bike. Well, in today's video, that's what we're going to be talking about. So the first thing I want to mention is gearing. And gearing is vital for bikepacking, low gearing especially. So the first thing I'd be thinking about before I start to go bikepacking is, do I have enough low gears? So me personally, I don't. So if I was going to go bikepacking, this would be swapped out for a smaller chainring, so it's going to make it easier on climbing. Although it would be nice to have higher gears for descending, climbing gears are much more vital. So next you're going to want to start thinking about where you're going to carry all your luggage. So there's 4 pieces of equipment I would highly recommend when it comes to bikepacking and storing all your goods. And we're going to run through each one, and I'm going to tell you typically what I'd be storing in them personally as someone who does quite a lot of bikepacking often. So the first piece of equipment I'd recommend is this. It's called a top tube bag, and it sits just on the top of your bike frame. This is excellent to keep essentials in, like your wallet, your phone, and power banks for charging your goods while you're riding. The next piece of equipment I'd recommend is this. It's a frame bag. So this is what we call a full frame bag. You do get half frame bags and even quarter frame bags as well. I typically use these to keep food and water in because they're easy accessible, they can carry a lot, and you've even got a rubbish pouch on the side of this one as well. Perfect. So the next piece of kit is what we call a handlebar bag. Some people refer to these as roll bags. I really like these. They're excellent for things that you might need in the day, but typically wouldn't. So warm gloves, extra clothing, arm warmers, leg warmers, tools, spares, things like that. It is going to take a couple of minutes to get what you need out of it and to seal it all back up again. So you're going to want to put things that you're not using all the time in this bag at the front. And the last piece of luggage carrying equipment is what we call a saddle bag or saddle pack. So these, in my opinion, are only really going to want to open twice a day. So in the morning to put your sleeping stuff in, and in the evening to put your sleeping stuff in. And if you want to take any extra jackets, so if you're doing a bit more of a social bikepacking thing, or shoes, these are a great place to put them. Saddlebags go on the back of your seat, and typically you're going to want to get one that straps up really tight so it doesn't shake about too much when you're riding. Something else you might want to consider is using aero bars. So I know you're thinking that, isn't that a time trial thing? Yes, this is what time trialers typically use to get more aerodynamic. But when it comes to bikepacking, these are very handy because it gives you an extra position. So instead of having to be like this all day on your hoods or on your mountain bike bars, you can literally cuddle up, get aerodynamic and lean onto the back of your arms instead, just giving a bit more relief on the hands. The next thing you're going to want to think about is lighting. It's really common that when you're bikepacking that you're going to be riding in the dark at some point, and if you're on busy roads it's always good to have your lights on as well. So here I'm using quite a special lighting kit. So this is a Magic Shine, and we have a front light here, a rear light, and it all links to the same battery that you can actually charge your phone off as well. Then on top of that I always keep a spare battery as well for the rear, just in case anything goes wrong with this or it runs out. At least you can be protected on your side of the road from the back with a spare light. So to ensure your bikepacking journey goes well, you're going to want some form of navigation. So you could use a Garmin like this and ensure that you have all the cables that you need to keep it charged, and a power bank to ensure that you've got the power to charge it as well. So that is everything you're going to need for your bikepacking trip. A few recommendations to make is, when you do go away, make sure you go somewhere which is good for cycling and safe to cycle. Always wear high visibility clothing so you can be seen at all times. And on top of that, if you're planning on going away for quite a long time, it's worth doing a few practice overnighters just to get used to how it feels to be sleeping out in the open with your bike. Thanks for watching.